Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to make a basically 3 or 4 minute video on how to pick the right numbers for log that would yield a nice whole number. The first thing that you want to do is figure out what base you are referring to. That's the first thing. Second thing that you want to do is you want to always make sure that whatever's here equals 1 at one point, and whatever's here is equal to the base number at one point. Those are the minimums. For this here, I'm going to pick 1, 2, and then you're done if you want 2 points. If you want more points, you're going to pick 4, 8, 16, and so on. For this one here, you're going to pick 1 for x, 3 for x, because that's the base. If you want more points, then you're going to go 9, 27, and so on. For this one here, you're going to pick the point 1, as always, and then the base. If you want more points, you do 16, 64, and then 4 to the 4th, and so on, okay? If you want this one here, you're going to pick 1, and then you're going to pick the base 5, and then 5 squared, and then 5 to the 3rd, and so on. So that's how you pick the points. The reason why we pick those points is because we don't need a calculator to figure it out. Here, log base 2 of 1, well, anytime, I don't care what the base is, when you have a 1 here, your answer is 0. Log base 2 of 2, 2 to what power makes 2? 1. Log base 2 of 4, 2 to what power makes 4? 2. And now you have points. All right, so 1, 0 is a point, 2, 1 is a point, 4, 2 is a point, and so on. When you pick this here, log base 3 of 1, 0. Log base 3 of 3, 1. 3 to what power makes 3? 1. Log base 3 of 9, 2. 3 to what power makes 9? 2. That's why we pick those points, okay? So that's simple. Now what we're going to do is we're going to see what happens when you shift the log. In other words, you have it like this. You still have to pick 1, and you still have to pick 2. Right? Because that's what we want in here. That's what we want in the highlighted part. The problem is, by you putting a 1 in here, you're not going to get 1. So it's basically, what number do I put in here to make a 1? And what number do I put in here to make a 2? Some of you might say, oh, a -6. Some of you might say, oh, a -5. If I put a -6 in here, I get the 1 that I want. If I put a -5 in there, I get the 2 that I want. But is there a different way of doing it? Sure. We know that this means shift the graph 7 units to the left. So just subtract 7 from that number, and you end up with your new x value. Subtract 7 from this number, and you end up with your new x value. So you're going to use these 2 points. These are your standard, guys. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. These are your standard 1, 3, 9, 27, and so on. So when you go here, you go 1, 3, 9, and so on. But this got shifted 8 units to the right. So add 8, add 8, add 8. Let's see what happens when you add 8. You get a 9, you get an 11, and you get a 17. When you go back to put 9 in here, 9 minus 8 is the 1 that we want, because we know what log 3, 1 is 0, right? Log base 3 of 1 is 0. When you go and put log 11 minus 8, you get log base 3 of 3, that's 1. What happens in this case when they're both minuses? Well, same, you need a 1 and a 5. And you can also think about it, guys, like, what do I need to put in here to give me a 1? What do I put in here to give me a 3? Okay, so in this case, what would happen if you added 4? Well, that would give you a 5, and that would give you a 9. But when you go back to put in a -5, -4, that's not going to work. Well, that's because it also got reflected. So what you want to do is actually pick a negative, and let's see what happens here. So if you put a -5 here, you get -5 minus 4, that's 5 minus 4, that's the 1 that we want. We want this to equal 1. What happens when you put a -9 in there? -9 gives you the 5 that you want. So guys, all you have to do is get this in here to be a 1 and then get this in here to be that number because they're easy to compute or evaluate without a calculator. So I hope that helps, okay? All you need is 1, 2, 4, 8, or 1, 3, 9, 27, or 1, 4, 16, 64. You need 1 and that number.